Welcome everyone to another episode of the Swindon Town Road to Glory, episode 7 right now, and if you watched the end of last episode, I'm just kind of reiterating what I said then. I don't know what I plan to do with this team. Like, normally I have a full kind of mindset, kind of guide of what I want to have happen, but I really don't know what I'm going to do, and the main problem is the spine of the team. Technically, I mean, center mids, Wagner, Perry, center backs, Amin, Saeed, goalkeeper, Hassan. 5 players, very, very crucial 5 players that have all kind of hit their potential cap. They're not really improving anymore, but they're still good enough to the point where I can't justify starting backups who have better potential than them in their place. Like, center backs, Sharp and Amin could easily start over them if I'm going basically purely off the potential. But they're only 75 overall, so that's a 5 and 7 overall decrease. Center mids, Reese Morris, that's 73 overall, is so good, and he really would like to use him, but he's just only a 73 overall. Reed, 76 overall, but he's kind of capped. Long, he's got a little bit of potential, but not really that much. So it's really just this weird Twilight Zone limbo type thing where I don't know what I want to do with this team. Something that will definitely help is the signing of Gregor Kobel from Borussia Dortmund for 50 mil. 90 overall goalkeeper will certainly help our team. Jay Long has been sold to Hellas Verona for 9.2 mil. Robert Wagner sold to Newcastle United for 29.2 million. Obviously going to get rid of him. Same goes for Felix Walker for 8 mil. To get Frankie de Jong, just under 90 million from PSG. He's an 89 overall. He's 32 years old, so this is definitely a 2 to 3 year kind of rental thing, kind of help carry us, hopefully go big and win the Champions League next season. If not, probably gonna have to sell him. John Laird sold to FC Austria. Joey Jones to FC Porto for 8.2 million. Daniel Tierney to Barnsley for 1.6 million. Cian Cash to FC Nantes over in France for 3.7 mil. And now it's time for a Premier League game against Nottingham Forest, and also a chance to look at this team. But this is actually the reserves. Now, normally, I'm only playing our strongest 11. I'm only playing our best players. But I want to try out these reserves, because again, I want to see how do Sharp and Amin perform in-game. I want to see how do Reed and Morse perform in-game. And especially at that right wing, Brown. Do I try to find a way to incorporate him into the team somehow? And is Abbas at 88 overall still as good as I think he is? I think he is, but let's check out the highlights and see what happens.
And I'm hearing a goal has gone in the Leicester City game. Alex Scott has the details.
It's a goal for Spurs. They've scored the opener here with 7 minutes played.
Alex, thank you very much. Reed now. And continues his run. Genuine chance. And a goal! 1-0 result. A free kick forthcoming. Reed. He continues his run. In behind for him to chase. And a goal! There he is! Being up. And space for them here on the flank. Plenty of players waiting in the middle. And the snuffing out of the cross there. Could reduce the deficit. And he does. There is hope for them. And space to exploit, maybe. Clean challenge. Good thing from his point of view. Just had no time on the ball on account of the pressure. And nicely over the top. Can he finish? And a goal to see.
Sheet here with 51 minutes played.
Alex keeping us right up to date. A danger here as he runs at them. And still looking to get the shot off. There's been so much speculation in terms of whether the transfer would go ahead, but it will go ahead, Stuart.
Oh, big moment here, Derek.
A goal here, giving his team precisely what...
So we would go on to win the game 4-1, thanks to a hat-trick from Abbas and a hat-trick of assists from Reed. So it is good to know that our bench players, if we ever need to rely on them, I can easily just kind of plug them in and get things going, but still, good game regardless. Lucas Armstrong has been sold to Hellas Verona over in Italy for 1.3 mil. Salim Hassan sold to Leeds United for 18.4 million. Did not really want to be a backup quarterback, so sadly things have to end that way. Sending a scout to England, the United States, and Australia. Mark Cook is joining the team to be third choice goalkeeper as of right now, 64 overall, but 88 to 94 potential. Expect him to be loaned out quite shortly. Same goes for Gavin Adams, center mid, who's a good dribbler, but that's kind of about it, so he'll be going out on loan. Lucas Wood, very, very good right, well-balanced right wing, so he'll be going out on loan, 86 to 92 potential. Cian Hughes, Welsh center mid, 86 to 92 potential, definitely going out on loan as well. Ezra Daniels, very well-rounded left back, would love to have had him earlier on in the series. And Gabriel Dawson, 85 to 91 potential, have to promote him. And we're currently in 10th place, 7 points off of European spots, or technically 6. Right? Because, yeah, 6 spaces. But we're still just kind of a mid-table team. And Genk have bought Reece Bean, who was getting pretty significant minutes at that defensive mid position, but 28.3 million will be joining us as he is heading off to Genk. So, I mean, not the worst situation in the world, getting 28.3 million for a kind of rotation player, but still will be missed. And because I want to keep my job, for brand exposure, I have to sign 3 players born in North America. So there's Robert Cunningham, Blake Davis, and Zahiro Slam. I just liked it because it says Slam. Alright, Premier League game against Manchester City now. They beat us in the FA Cup final last season, so a little bit of revenge for us, rocking this 4-3-3. Cobol's in goal. Obviously, Said and Sharp are the center backs. Wan-Bissaka, Amin, outside backs. Morris is at that defensive mid position. Williams and De Jong center mids. Palmer, Mendoza on the wings. Abbas up top. It's a very different looking team, but I'm just trying some things out right now. Here are the highlights.
Let's see about the delivery and efficient defending. And playing it back. Just the clearance that was needed. Well, that's how to keep the opposition at bay. Good idea. Oh, yes! 1-0 it is! Well, there is nothing quite like the FA Cup final, and you'll be able to see it live right here on EA TV. It's Manchester City facing Crystal Palace.
Well, that's always a great occasion. The atmosphere will be electric, and the two teams will be desperate to lift that cup.
It should be! Oh, he's found the net, and that increases the advantage. Can someone get on the end of this? Not the best clearance. And a big moment because the referee has pointed to the spot. Penalty coming up. An opportunity for 3-0. And a timely penalty save. Well, what can they do to stop him running at them? Crossed into the penalty area. Emphasis on the clearance, a good one. He has teammates around him. Can he finish? And it's 2 for him today. Maguire with it. Marcao has it. Well, we're inside the final quarter of an hour now. Pressing like that will help the cause. And he's only gone and made it a hat-trick. Well, we're hearing news of a goal in the Liverpool match. Alex Scott, what can you tell us?
It's a second goal for Spurs. The game's all level again at 2-2 with 79 minutes played.
Thanks as always, Alex. Pedri. Oh, could be. And there it is, a goal. Who can he pick out? Well, it didn't worry the keeper. Well, apologies to Alex for having to interrupt her. He's in behind the defence here. And this time it's in! Fabulous! Now, who can he play it to? De Jong. Great block. And a big moment because the referee has pointed to the spot. Penalty coming up. And this could finish it off. And the spot kick is converted as...
So we did get revenge in this game, winning 6-1. 4 goals from Abbas. He is just so good. And I'm so glad to have him on this team. But end of the season, we finished in 8th place because, I mean, nothing really happened. We're just not quite at that level yet, which is pretty unfortunate. But Abbas definitely is at that level. 28 goals, leading goal scorer in the Premier League. FA Cup, got knocked out by Manchester City. I didn't want to have to go through the heartbreak for a second season in a row. Carabao Cup, knocked out in the 4th round by Aston Villa, which, for some reason, Aston Villa have our number this series. We had Mendoza appear in almost every single game for us this season, but with that player that good, you want to play in that many games. Same goes for Abbas. Leading goal scorer was Abbas with 28 goals. He only scored in the Premier League, which probably explains why in the Cups we got knocked out when we did. Mendoza had 17. Williams and Mendoza led the team in assists with 8. They were just such solid players out there on the wings. Daniel Grimshaw will be departing the club. I mean, I signed him on a 1-year contract. He served his purpose. He played a couple of games. But we got a couple of youth academy guys. I would prefer to be getting minutes over him. So, you know, it is what it is, but he did good for what we got him for. But Abbas is by far the most valuable player at this club, $291.5 million. I really wish there was a way you could kind of sort by just total value. Like, I really think that is something that, I don't know if they'll do on FC25, but just kind of like having access to a transfer market type website, you know, just seeing the player's entire career history, with their value, just simple little things like this, would really love to that and it'd be in the game next year. Still yet to win any other trophy besides that League One title. I mean, we're just kind of, like I said, we're going nowhere very quickly. Abbas is going somewhere, and that is to the history books. I mean, 96 pace, 94 shooting striker, 5-star weak foot. I mean, he's perfect. He's a little bit short, but I think that sometimes works a little bit in his favor. But the rest of the team, I mean, I think Sharp and Saeed are going to have to get replaced. Morris probably going to have to get replaced. Amin probably going to be having Flores start over him, but I'm not the biggest fan of Flores, so like that's a bad transfer now. There's just a whole lot of things that, you know, we've shown we're close. I think I just got to figure out what do we need to do, or what are we going to do to take that next step to try to qualify for top 4, or at least top 6, get in Champions League or Europa League. I'd even take Conference League at this point. I don't care. I just want to be in European competitions. But to get there, gotta get over a couple of hurdles. one thing I do think is a positive is we have a lot of young players I could sell. So we could kind of sell a whole lot of our bench, and like pretty much everyone on our bench right there is expendable. I could sell them, along with, I mean, Morris and Amin as our starters, as well as Sharp and Saeed, and then use all that money, then go all out, get brand new world-class players. But the only thing is I don't know if the money will work out exactly with that, so I got a lot to think about, but hopefully you guys will agree with the decisions that I make in the next episode. Episode 8 should be coming out shortly. Hopefully you guys will watch it, and obviously if you're still listening, you watch this one. And I'll see you all for that 8th episode.